Hey everybody, and welcome to my N5 series on the Ableton Move, where we cover a topic in about 5 minutes. This is session 1.2. Previous session we made some drums. They're okay. And this is all from a just like randomly generated session. So the Ableton Moves just gives us random sounds. So we get this sub-dub wob, which I kind of dig the sound of this. It might sound good with the drums. Let's find out. So you might hear it's changed the speed of the drums because it decided to record what I just played out and turn it into its own track. So if I wanted to adjust the BPM, basically this captured BPM is trying to figure out what a BPM is for what I just played. I like the sound of this. So I just want to tap, I'm pushing in on this value encoder. But now we've changed the BPM. I think it was 153 for the drums I played. And if I want to go back, I'm going to have to come in, hold down the shift button, tap this, and we can dial back in. I think that sounds like close. So that just gets us our tempo back to where we were. But it's just a thing to be aware of is if you're playing, especially if you have like chops, which I'll get into at some point, but if you're doing like chops where things have to be in a certain BPM to sync up and sound correct, just be aware that if you're using like this button that you're playing notes without thinking about what the BPM is of the rest of the track, it will come in and try and force you to pick whatever it thinks will fit for that section. Otherwise, I'm going to stop for a second. We're going to go hit this hamburger-ish button, or maybe it's a sandwich. I don't know. We're hitting this to go into our view for the arranger. And let's say, I mean, you can see here, I've got like this other track here that has got nothing on it. I don't know what I did on accident, but we're actually going to delete that clip. I'm going to copy this bass line that we just did. I'm going to copy it over just so that I have it here. And now what I want to do here is delete this because we don't need two copies of it. You know, it'll allow me to show you what I wanted to is we got the drums going. I want to play, let's say I want to play the bass line probably differently. I like the first one I just did and how it captured it, but I this time don't want the drums to get all wonky and messed up. So hit the hamburger button. We're going to come back over here. Let's get back to the bass line. Now, what I've been frequently doing that makes me feel better when I'm working with the Move is I will hold down the loop button and tell it how many bars that I want to actually record ahead of time, because that gives me the option I can either hit record and just record straight in like this. Let's just wait for it. So I got the notes, and if I don't like that, I can just hit undo and I can kind of keep going really quick with it. But another nice feature that I do really like about this is this like quick paste of whatever the last like section you played was. So I can just kind of keep going. Like, say I like that last one, I can just tap it and it allows me to kind of just keep noodling around until I just find something where I'm like, oh, that sounds like kind of cool that I can work with and get it laid down and in the track. So I would say like the two things to think about is, do you want to just be noodling around and playing? Like you can just keep playing and noodling around, and then you can just hit this button. It'll just do whatever it thinks is as close to appropriate as possible to put it in. Or do you want to be playing to like a metronome and you have a certain amount of bars that you can then go play and work with and then paste in whatever your last take was? I think either way is a completely valid way to get notes into the Ableton Move, and either way is good. I have found though, like the mistake I've made a few times is I'll just be like playing. I'm just trying to find the note or the melody or whatever that I want to play. I keep doing this and then I'm like, okay, I got it. I do that, and I hit paste, And sometimes it'll come in. Well, let's save it. I'm going to put it back. So just hold down Shift. Maybe it doesn't want to. Well, I can see there's notes on it. Let's go back to the hamburger. So it recorded something here on this third track. I'm not like a huge fan of what it has done here, or what I've done. So let's say I go remove that stuff. Anyway, what I was trying to say is, if I stop, let's go back here. We're going to delete this. If I'm just sitting here and trying to find something, I'm like, oh, I kind of like that. And then I hit this. You can see it's like, it just recorded all of those notes into what's like 8 bars. And now I have to figure out like what part actually did I play that might line up. It can become a real hassle. So that's why I like to precede it, have something playing, whether it's a metronome or the drums to play against, and then come in and like play along so I can get the notes closer to where I want them to be. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end the video here. I hope this helps you guys out. Hopefully you guys are having fun with the Ableton Move. I think it's a great device. I've been having a lot of fun with it myself, even though I've kind of struggled in a few areas, but definitely learning what I think is a good workflow that works for me and just trying to help pass that along. Anyway, everybody, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music. Keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.